Hey, have you ever found yourself feeling nervous to be in front of a group of people? Well, I'm glad you found this video because in today's lesson? I guess so. In today's video, what I want to talk about is how we can change our relationship to nerves so it doesn't affect us as much and we can be in front of people and do what we're actually there to do, which is to teach or to convey a message, to entertain, or whatever it is. Kia ora everyone, my name is Justin Rogers. I'm an actor, I'm a teacher. I run Online Kapahaka, a resource website for teachers in New Zealand. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've learned as an actor, how that helps me as a teacher, and how that helps me to combat my own nerves, because I think by my own temperament, I'm kind of an anxious, maybe nervous person, so being in front of a large group of people is alien to me. Actors are really well suited for this is because they are really good at placing focus. It's what we learn at drama school. So I trained for 3 years at Toi Whakaari, the New Zealand Drama School. And one of the things in actor training that they teach us about is objective. So an objective is basically like what a character is trying to achieve in a scene. So if you think about being on stage, your objective, if you're feeling nervous, is often something along the lines of, I hope these people enjoy what I'm saying, I hope they're understanding me, I hope they find me funny, or all that stuff. So if our objective is wanting to be liked, then that leads to feeling nervous. Now what actors are really good at is placing their focus on other objectives. So for instance, I might be in a scene and my objective is to convince my friend, who's the other actor in the scene, to come to this concert with me. They don't want to go to the concert. I'm trying to convince them. So as an actor, I'm placing all of my attention and all of my focus on this imaginary objective. I'm trying to convince my friend. As opposed to if I was in this situation and I have this audience watching me and my objective is I want them to like me. So can you see how if I'm focusing on wanting to be liked, that can make me feel nervous, versus if I'm focusing on convincing my friend to go to the concert, then I'm not even thinking about the audience. The audience are watching, but I'm just playing this objective. So that's one way that actors are able to reorient their focus so that nerves isn't even a thing because they're not even engaging in that thought pattern. So a little shift that we can use for this is if we're in front of a group of people, if you find yourself focusing on wanting to be liked, instead see if you can change your objective. So you can choose an objective, something like, oh, I want to make these people smile. So that's slightly different. So me worrying about whether the audience likes me is different to saying, oh, I want to just see a spark in their eye, or I want to make them smile, or I want to see like they are understanding what I'm saying. So changing our objective is a really strong way to reorient our focus and not feel so nervous. Okay, so the second thing I think is really useful to think about with nerves is this phrase that I heard from an acting teacher a long time ago, which is you are interesting to the extent that you're interested. And the example this was given to me is an audience watching an actor who is tying their shoelace. Now, an actor who's just really interested in tying their shoelace, seeing how perfectly they can do it, really investing in that task, is really interesting for an audience to watch, and that's because the actor is interested in that task. Now, compare that maybe with an actor who is pretending like they're interested in tying their shoe, and an audience can kind of tell that that's happening. They can tell that actually their focus is on the audience. It's a really minor shift, and it's really similar to the objective thing. Instead of placing our focus outward like that, we're placing our focus intentionally in being interested. So in the context of maybe being in front of an audience, you can get really interested in the individuals that are out there. But that's the main thing to think about, and the main thing to remember there is you're interesting to the extent that you're interested. And the last thought I have about this is it's just like anything where you have to train it like a muscle. So that's the great thing about actors at drama school is we are choosing different objectives every time we do a scene. We're training. And so what that means is that the audience become just this other aspect that we don't have to worry about because we're training our pattern of focus elsewhere. So it's something that you really can practice, I suppose, in normal life. is when you're talking to people, getting interested in the other person, kind of sending your focus outward like that, as opposed to looking at yourself and saying, is this funny, is this good enough, is training that pattern of focus. So the 3 takeaways that I'm thinking about if I ever feel nervous or anxious in front of people is number 1, changing my objective. Number 2, I'm interesting to the extent that I'm interested, so just getting interested. And number 3 is training that pattern of focus over and over again so I can keep on practicing. Every time I feel like I'm getting pulled into an area of focus that is not helping me, changing my objective, changing where I'm putting my own focus. So I hope that gives you some things to think about. And as you go into some scenarios where you feel a little nervous, you can give these things a go. Thanks for watching.